This is the Tomi Sule Podcast, your inspirational hub for everyday empowerment.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Tomi. And with me in the house, I have somebody so beautiful, wonderful, amazing, and absolutely dear to my heart. Please make welcome Mrs. Triumph Adekunle. Can I get a drum roll? Welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. It's really an honor to be here. So this is Triumph Adekunle. I'm a grace and poise coach. I'm a style enthusiast. So I do styling. I do content creation. I have a content creation hub actually. Okay. But before all that, I used to be a banker. Wow. So I've been in the banking sector for almost 15 years.
What?
And yes, I did almost 15 years and then exited to now focus on, it was not a smooth exit like that, but there comes a time in your life that you just take certain decisions. And so I had to take that decision. And to be honest, I did it afraid. Some people would tell you, oh, I had it all figured out. I didn't have it all figured out. I just said, you know what? I was done. I was tired. I just had it up here. And that kind of job that you're working and yet the effort in your job is not commensurate to what is you get. And then you have children and my kids already transitioning to their teenage years. Wow. So I needed to take a decision, and then financially too, it wasn't a funny ride. So I'm like, why don't I just exit first and even think? It was in that exit I understood. Yes, I've always known my purpose kind of because by the grace of God, I've been into Jesus early. I know when you know God early, I tell people he actually cuts a clear path for you. Yeah. You may not understand the path, but he just follows you. So you just know, okay, I have an assignment. I may not have a clear picture, but I know that I have something, So, but my work just sits. So now my work sits around leadership, mentorship, style, then speaking, encouragement. And should I say this? I also have an apostolic mandate.
Ooh, wow.
So it's just I'm one of those people. I'm like Jonah. So I can say I'm a journalist. Running away from the call. So even when we are trying to do the work, you're like, okay, I want to be very professional. You just see me come off the stage and somebody will just come to meet me. Are you a pastor? I'm like, no, I'm not a pastor. He said, I think you're a pastor. He's just written all over you that you're a pastor. I said, God, can't I just hide? Then sometimes I just find myself saying, praise, and so like I was saying, so, but beyond all the titles, I'm someone that is really passionate about helping people, seeing people become who God has called them to be. So it's a call for me. It's beyond performance. That's why somebody can call me today. Oh, Trav, I need you to be here. People, my family say, Trav, you're making so much money. I see you traveling all over the world. I just sometimes I just buy my ticket. My own is I just need to see people live especially women. Yeah, my mandate is for men, but there's something about women living that purpose, fulfilling purpose. So that's just all that is about me. And I'm so a wife. And I've been married for 18 years.
Wow.
Been married for 18 years. And then I have 3 amazing children, age, I think 17, 15, and 14 to be. So that's all about me, about myself.
That's amazing. 18 years. Your marriage is now officially legal and can vote.
Yes, I can vote. No, like my husband would say, we are not adults. So we can just dish out some advice now and be doing podcasts here and there. We've crossed the benchmark.
You've crossed that benchmark. And congratulations for that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so today we're looking at mothering gracefully, finding grace in chaos, showing yourself grace as a mother. And my first question is actually directed at you and directed as women. If you were to say 3 things that drive you, like 3 things that are like the pillars of your life that keep you grounded, what would they be?
Okay, 3 things. First, I'll say my faith in God. That's the first thing. That is my foundation. That is my life. That is my pillar. So it keeps reminding me of my identity. So even when I find myself shifting or confused, because it gets a point that we all get confused. People don't want to. A lot of people come and tell you, I have it all figured out, and it happened, and it's not true.
That's true.
But it is that faith in God that keeps reminding me daily of my identity. Then I can also say my second purpose, I'll say I genuinely believe we are not here to simply exist. We did not just come to exist or impress people. We are here to contribute. And that contribution is not gender specific. It is not gender. I always tell people jokingly, I said, when the parable of the talent was told, he said he gave this one, he gave this. He didn't tell us whether he gave to Peter. He just said he gave one a talent, he gave one 3, he gave. So we are all here not to impress people, right? But to contribute. So one, my faith in God. Secondly, I'm not here to exist. And thirdly, I say is my family. Those are my pillars. Faith in God, here to contribute, and my family. And so that's why anything that I do, no matter how the applause is, if you're home, I jokingly tell people, if my husband says I shouldn't do an assignment, I will not do it. I will not do it. Because if I do it, I have disobeyed God. So, dear Father, dear God, if you have called me to do something, please tell my husband. Wow. And a lot of times, that's why a lot of women have chaos. I want to do something, my husband is not allowing me. I just go to God. As I'm talking, by the time we're having the conversation, 1, 2, 3, like, okay, that's fine. I've sorted it out. Because he must align. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that you fall back on. So it gets louder, people applaud you. The older you get, you will know that the applause of men outside a lot of times don't matter again. What is your family saying? So those are the 3 things that define me: my faith in God, knowing that I am here to contribute, and my family.
Wow. That's amazing. I think, especially for women, leading women, understanding the God hierarchy of honor. It's something that in modern times we don't seem to consider. In this era of empowerment, it shouldn't become empowering women to dishonor. So thank you for that. It's a very timely reminder. The second question, or rather, my next question to you, you talked about family, but you only spoke about your husband. So describe motherhood to you outside of the dictionary.
Gang. Motherhood. Motherhood is stretching. Like, when it stretches you, like you are looking for where to bounce. Loving people while you're learning not to abandon yourself.
Wow.
You just, everybody on I think on Friday, Friday was Mother's Day in my children's school. So I was privileged to be the keynote speaker. So I had to talk about health. You cannot pour from an empty tank. That was my topic. And I talked about health. I talked about women caring. And before I even started, one of the hosts said something, and she's a teacher in the school. She said, I'm seeing some mothers looking all fascinated, because we were fascinators. And she said, meanwhile, some of these mothers, when they come to pick the children, they look like house helps. Hey God, Mr. V, I just picked that up. That was my intro.
Mm.
And I said, motherhood is stretching, like I said, but the ability to balance it is what we need to learn in this dispensation. That is why people like us are out there as a voice. You're carrying responsibility, you're carrying emotions, you're carrying prayer points, you're carrying school projects, you're carrying schedules, tiredness, and still somehow you are finding strength to show up again the next morning. I did a motherhood video. I don't know if you saw it. I said, you are detector, FBI, coach, just before 9 a.m. And then when they are trying to even just balance, one will come and meet you, mommy. Oh, there's NEPA. Like, in Nigeria, we use NEPA, ADC, and NEPA. I'm like, you're like, wait, am I power holding? And they just said they should just tell me. So what will I do with that information?
Mother Almighty.
I'm telling you. So for me, motherhood is stretching. It reveals your strength. It exposes your wounds. And it deepens your patience. So your wound is there. It's left for you to nurse it while you're taking care of the rest, or you leave it open. So I will summarize by saying that motherhood for me is stretching, but yet it is the most beautiful assignment that God gave to man, to us as women.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes we forget that motherhood is an assignment. We love the honorary role of mothers. We know the executionary function of mothers, but sometimes we forget that it is an assignment, and it's an honor. It's a privilege. Like you said, it does stretch you positively. It does reveal your wounds. If you have to heal, it will show you everything that you know was buried or you unknown to you has been buried. But
especially when you have to raise children who have your temperament. You know, I said to someone, I said, you don't want to be a sanguine and you are parenting a sanguine. It's your like, because you're seeing your mini you. And you know that in their own dispensation, this kind of things that you actually or went away with, escaped, they may not be able to because of their own generation. Everything about them is out there. We used to have diaries that we put under our drawers. When you're tired, you tear them. But now you have a diary on the streets of social media. Your timelines are now your diaries. You come and pour. Facebook will say, what's on your mind? You come and pour it there. And then internet does not forget. So you just need to now, I need to now parent this child in a way that will suit her own generation.
Wow.
Despite the fact that it's my temperament. So it's just it's amazing actually that it's stretching.
It is. And to confront your younger self with the mistakes you may have made before. Sometimes we're not so full of grace. You would think that, okay, I've passed through this before, I went through this before. Calmly, gently guide this person. But sometimes we become less patient. But now, not just looking at the children themselves, you have cases where most women are pouring into everyone around them, supporting everybody around them, uplifting everybody around them, raising everybody around them. And then at the end, when they've poured on everybody, you mentioned at the speaking event that we must learn how to stretch and how to balance, and you can't pour from a cup. What is it about society and our gender that makes women feel they must pour and pour and pour, but culture never really teaches women how to refill?
I would say that a lot of us, and it's not just about us, is what let's say our predecessors, our mothers told to us. They told to us that you should constantly pour into people, that's what motherhood is all about. They didn't teach us the exhaustive part of motherhood. They didn't teach us the how will I put it, the emotional. They burnt out part of motherhood. So the society now picked that up and now made us think that we should constantly pour out without feeling that we can be exhausted. So women pour out without pausing. The belief that they can do everything. Oh, mothers are life carriers. Mothers can do, and society has taught us that. But I tell people, please, in all that you do, pause. Pause. And I learned that practically. So I God rest their souls, I lost two very special friends in the last term. One was in 2021 and one was 2 years ago. Now, I said it in my conference the other day. I said, to be honest, Miss Tomi, I've not seen a perfect mother. Like, okay, let me talk about the last one that passed 2 years ago, like Vanessa. You know that kind of mother that will do motherhood, and you tell yourself, whoa, I never start this thing, no. And nowhere, because she had 3 children. She always drove like 40 minutes every day to drop the kids off school. Our kids used to attend the same school back then. She gives the children fresh juices every day.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. Fresh. She will juice them that morning.
Wow.
And pack them for them. So we are going to the market to buy something. My friend will be buying juice bottles, buy plantain. I'm like, then she has the menu she has for the children. I jokingly told her one day, I said, Omo, if I'm your children's teacher, I'll be eating from your children's food. Every day. And guess what? She was always looking tired.
Wow.
She was always drained.
Wow.
And then the husband was not around. So the husband used to come into town maybe twice a month. So she was practically doing everything. Miss Tomi, as I speak to you, she's 6 feet under.
So sad.
Now, those children, the last time I saw them, I paused and I told myself, Triumph, don't die. They are very fine. Very all right. So when we think, oh, they will not grow, they won't thrive because you're not there, they will do well. And this is what I always put as a caveat. You are a good woman. You have sown good seeds. Your children will not suffer.
Yeah.
So, but have you fulfilled purpose? So many women have mastered responsibility, but forgotten themselves somewhere in the process. So that is why conversations like this, I'm always very particular about, because we need to show ourselves grace. Extend grace to yourself. Have boundaries.
Yeah. Boundaries.
Have boundaries. See, it's okay to enter the room and lock the door and sleep. Yes, nobody will die, Miss Tomi. Nobody will die. And you know the funny thing, and most of the things I share are from my practical experiences. I've seen my children thrive. I think I don't know, I was sharing with you that I said, the last time I had a help, my first child was 7 years old. My last was 4 years old. Till date, we don't have one.
Wow.
We had crises that I saw them navigate that crisis. I'm like, whoa, really? So when you think, oh, I don't have time, I'm just going to put in all the work, remember that there is exhaustion. Remember that we get burnt out. Remember that you can die. See, the slowest poison now is stress.
That's true.
Stress eats in. I asked the other day when I was talking to these women, I said, how many of you have had a checkup in the last 6 months? We had a whole of almost 200 women. They were like 6 people. And when the 6, lifted their hands, I said, not because you were sick. 3 hands went down. So you listening to this podcast, I put the same question to you. When last did you have a checkup? When last did you really rest? When last did you rest? When last did you take time off? When last did you even say, what today? Even if there's no food, I beg, I will take cornflakes and go and sleep. I jokingly said to them, I said, it's okay for your house. I'm not trying to encourage being untidy. I'm a neat person, but it's okay for your house to be untidy when you have toddlers.
Definitely.
Don't let people bully you. A lot of us, even we women, we don't extend grace to our fellow women.
That's true.
So you come to my house is somewhere. Where's your house like this now? I told the person, I said, please, if your friend comes to the house and said that your pillowcases are not well arranged, with Jesus' joy, give them the vacuum cleaner.
As a good friend.
Let them do it for you. As a good friend, thank you, Master. Be supportive. Get it done, and then we move. Women supporting women.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Giving grace to ourselves and really giving grace to one another. I think we need to intentionally build a culture where we show grace. And if my house is untidy or I lock myself up and sleep, it doesn't make me lazy. It doesn't make me irresponsible. My question is this: how do you draw the fine line between rest, laziness, and just plain neglect? Not neglect for self per se, maybe neglect for duties or your role as expected of you. At what point? How do we balance it?
Okay, so that is where structure comes in for me. Because some women can actually still can resting, then they neglect, they get lazy. So you set up a structure around yourself. That's when you will know that, oh, really, I'm doing this thing. So I have a system for me. Okay, in the morning, these are the things I do. And I have my sabbatical time within that period. So if I pick up my structure and I look at it and I see that I've not achieved the things I'm meant to achieve before my rest period, then I'm lazy. Or there's negligence somewhere. So as a mother or as a wife or as a mother, precisely, you must have a structure that works for you. As easy as when we talk about structure, we think it's one big, parenting coaches now, they are not helping us. You see all sorts. You see all sorts online. If your children cannot go to jam center, it means you are not fit for we have seen all sorts. But I say extend grace to yourself with structure. So you have a structure. I get this done. And I make sure I stick. Are there times that you have lapses? Of course there will be. But let it be that 80% of your tasks have been done. So the easiest way to be able to draw the line between negligence, and laziness and rest is setting structure. Setting structure, and then knowing when, because your body will tell you. It will also show in your children. It will show in the people around you. If you don't have a structure in place, of course, children is not hidden. Now, by the time you see an untidy child, you know that this son, the mother, there's something wrong. So it will show. So set up a structure. Plan yourself. I get this done. I take a break. I get this done. Now, not just take a break. Name that rest. Name it. What do you enjoy doing? Because sometimes rest, you may just think it's sleep. For me, rest is not sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not sleep. When I'm just done and I know that I'll just be walking around. I'll just go and sit somewhere. I can just like this. I can just go on a very long phone call. That's my rest.
Wow.
Beautiful. That's my rest.
Beautiful.
That's my rest. There's sometimes books, but like I said, set up a structure. It is that structure that will now help you know if there is neglect, you're lazy, or you're having the rest.
Okay. I like how you put it, because sometimes people think rest is just cover yourself and go to bed, switch off the lights, close the curtain. So it's not just sleep per se. It can be a phone call with a friend. It can be a phone call. Book.
Yes, a good book. Could be movies for those that watch TV. It could just be taking a walk.
Wow.
Could just be gisting, just gist, and you're fine. Some rest is even cooking.
Yeah, that's true.
You just go and try one meal that you have not done before. You burn the meal, you clean the pots,
and we move on. Tension has been released.
some people is just driving out. They just drive out, and as you are driving, that's when they even have the phone call. And I'm one of those persons too. This phone call I'm talking, I may just enter the car, I'm driving, and then I just start the phone call. Sometimes it could even be meditation and prayers. You're just talking to God. That's just your rest. So, but find out what relaxes you. I know a friend who just puts her leg inside water and she's just sitting down there.
Wow.
Sometimes it could be a spa date. So that's just it.
So
and okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, continue. I
wanted to say that, and as you grow, because motherhood is also seasonal. That's what I wanted to mention, because when some people hear you talk, rest, do this structure, you may pick up the structure for a woman who is raising teenagers and think that the structure will work for you that is raising toddlers. So like now I have teenagers that just come and tell you, Mommy, I don't want to eat today. I'm not eating today.
Wow.
That is out of my structure. But you have a toddler that you must make sure that toddler eats a well-balanced meal. So, and you know that you have to prepare that meal. Sometimes my children cook their food. So sometimes I'm not even cooking. And then as God will have it, I also have a hands-on husband. So sometimes just come speaks what he needs to do and off we go, So you need to set your structure. How will I put it? Personalized structure to you. It's peculiar to you, peculiar to seasons. So I have toddlers. Structure for toddlers are different. I switch into twins, they are different. I switch into teenage years, they are different. They switch into early adulthood, it's different. So every structure is time specific. So that rests. Raising teenage children who are transitioning, maybe are all transitioning at the same time, you may not even be able to have that kind of rest. So it could be like, so your rest can now be, I'm driving out with them.
Oh, wow.
I'm having the conversation with them. But I've been able to prep myself to rest while I'm having that conversation. So that's why when you're having that conversation, you have to put your emotions behind. Don't do panic attack because they can't tell you anything. Just, Jesus, okay. Oh, yes, bring it on. Bring it on.
Tell me more.
Okay, that's fine. I now made a mistake. Okay, so, and then, so that's just what I wanted to say there.
Thank you. I thank you for putting a balance to what rest and structure is. Sometimes they can intermingle with each other, your rest and your structure, and your structure must make room for rest. If I hear you
for rest, yes, your structure must make room for rest. Yes.
What is the difference between growth, performance, because sometimes women, we perform a lot, and perfection, where everything is perfect? So how would you differentiate between someone who's growing, someone who is performing, and someone who is addicted to perfection?
Okay, first, in fact, this question is like my core. I run a finishing school called Grace Culture and Poise. And one of my tagline is, grace is not performance.
Wow.
Growth is not performance. Growth is becoming. If whatever I'm doing is tied to something, tied to validation, then I've not grown. And that's what a lot of women do. We want to get validation, so we form as if we have grown. If you are not becoming, if you are not evolving in all that you do, if the triumph I was last year is the same triumph I am today, in the corners of my room, the question I always ask is, who are you when nobody is watching? What kind of mother? You see some people outside, their children, they're trying to, then when you come inside the house, you're like, So I tell people that I always dread when people tell me, oh, I don't want to get close to my mentors. I just want to see them from afar. I want to see my pastors from afar because I don't want. And I said, no. Paul said, not as I say. Paul taught us, not as I say. You watch me, say, follow me as I follow Christ. So you have to be, we are the Bible that people read as believers. So I'm not going to come and perform. So growth is becoming. Performance is when you're trying to prove a point. And perfection is pressure.
Wow.
I tell people, don't let people bully you into perfection. It is when Jesus comes. There is no perfect person anywhere in the world. There is none. So, but you just have to, not because, okay, you're not perfect, you don't now evolve. So that's where growth comes in. So you have to evolve. You have to become. And when you're becoming, you don't prove a point to anybody. Whatever you are at the corner of your room, as a mother inside a one-bedroom bacha, like in Nigeria, we call it bacha, is the same mother that I will be when I find myself in a mansion. But if the motherhood I represent is a motherhood that is mansion, when I'm in a mansion, I'm different. When I'm in the corner of my room, so people like wonder, oh, excuse me, is it the same person? Then you're performing. You're performing, and you cannot perform for too long. The weight of performance is too heavy to carry. It's too heavy. And then perfection, like I said, is pressure. Who are you impressing? You are growing, you are becoming, you are evolving. There are room for mistakes. Tell me 10 great men, and I'll tell you 10 great imperfect people who strive to be successful. So that's for me. So for me, growth is becoming. Performance is when you're trying to prove a point, and perfection is pressure. Growth allows you to learn. Perfection, when you should tell people or prove to the world that you're perfect, you can't even make. In fact, when you make mistakes, that's why you see some people, when they make mistakes, they commit suicide.
Yeah.
Because you have painted a perfect picture. So because you have painted a perfect picture, you have not given yourself the mercy or the grace to grow. So real growth is even quiet. It's not noise. It is intentional. It is always loud. It's not always loud. Sorry. It is not aesthetic. It's just quiet growth. You're just going. You look at yourself like, oh, really? This is me. Oh, this is why I was. Oh, this. And that's it. Me of 2 years ago, I won't do what I'm doing today. I will not even. I will give you 50 reasons I will not show up. I will give you. I won't show up. In fact, when all my friends saw me online this year, towards late last year into this year, they keep asking me, Triumph, what happened? What changed? I said, growth happened.
Growth happened.
Growth happened. Growth. And we are still growing. So I come here, I teach, I make mistakes. I go back, I look at the video, I made a mistake. Okay, I'm growing. I'm growing. And that's the same way I'll be offline. Because look at it now, somebody will see you offline. And then it's like, is this the same Triumph?
You have come down from the stage, and now
You've come down from the stage. How long will you keep staying there? Even your children watch you. When we're trying to teach our children to have integrity, we have the first model of integrity. But when you strive for perfection, to put a pressure of perfection on you, you will somehow, you will lie. You will lie. So that's it. So if you get me well, growth is becoming, like I said, performance is proving, and perfection is pressure. And we don't need that as women. We already have a lot in our plates. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Thank you for that. Many times people would think they are growing, but they are actually seeking validation. Maybe the little girl inside them that was told they were not enough, or maybe the voice of critics. Sometimes we try to grow because we want to prove that we want to become, not for us, but for applause. My question is, if balance So whether you're trying to grow or you're trying to stretch, if balance and giving yourself grace, you said something, you talked about when I make a mistake, I look at it, I grow from it, but I don't feel bad or put myself down. If balance and grace were to be narrowed down to three simple things, three basic things that anybody who before now was under pressure from perfection or was performing for validation and not really growing, and they want to start, what are the three basics to balance and show yourself grace?
Okay, first, my watchword first is learn to pause. It's a core in my teaching. Learn to pause. Not every moment requires immediate reaction. Sometimes composure is wisdom. Just, okay, this has been pause. When you pause, you can think better. You cannot, should I react? Should like my people say, should I skip? Then number two, I'll say, build healthy boundaries. See this thing called boundaries, ma'am? Boundaries is so important, yet, how will I put it? Boundaries cannot be overemphasized. It's underrated, but yet so important. And for women, and it's, men know how to draw boundaries.
They do.
Very well. I shared something with the women on Friday. I said, Miss Somi, have you noticed that when daddy is catching rests, no noise, daddy's sleeping. But when mommy is sleeping,
mommy will wake up from the dream and sort out their problems. It's mommy, I mean.
It's mommy now. It's mommy. But daddy is sleeping. That don't make noise. But mommy will open the door. We slam it back. Mommy will still turn again inside that dream or inside that sleep. Mommy is already remembering that, oh, I didn't fix the fridge. I didn't get this. So build healthy boundaries. You cannot keep saying yes to everything and expect peace to survive. You're not selling ice cream. Even ice cream, so there are people that don't like ice cream. So build healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries, like they know that you cannot cross this line. They know. Then number 3, stay connected to yourself spiritually and emotionally. One of the ways I stay personally, I love journaling. Oh, I love. In fact, let me see. Let me show you a book. I think I have it here. Oh my goodness. I think my children took it. These are even my new journals.
Wow.
Yes.
Lovely.
I've seen the book. Let me make you laugh a bit.
Pieces of paper. This is what we call sacrament.
I'm telling you, if you can see one of the dates, you will laugh. Like, I have dates as at 2007, if you can see.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's not in a box. It's not on top of a shelf. It's actually close by.
Close by. Because I still make referral to them. I got married in 2008. I had this at 2007.
Wow.
Yes. So see this is 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in the university. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because that is another way you stay connected to yourself.
Wow.
Yes. There are things I've seen in this book. And when I show my children, they look at me and they're like, Mommy, how did you know? Wow. Like up to my husband. Because the way I see journaling is you're writing a letter to God. Yes. So, some people, they tell you, I can't pray. I'm trying to pray. There are days I find myself, weeks, I can't pray.
Wow.
But I'll just pick up my book. I start writing, Dear God. Write, scribble. And before you know, it's flowing. Instruction starts coming. So I'm not going to start cracking my brain. Oh, what's that instruction? What did God? I just go back in. So when I even feel that I'm burnt out, I'm exhausted, I'm not growing, because every one of us, especially women, especially mothers, I don't know if it happens to you, ma'am, but at times you just sit down and you just think, wait, am I really growing?
Yeah.
Am I not living my life for everybody like this? But when you go to your journal, you will see that it will align with the blueprint. Maybe there was even a time that I'd written down, I'm going to take a break and do this. In fact, what I am doing now, you won't believe that I had the blueprint in 2004 and I didn't know it was a finishing school.
Wow.
So you pray, you reflect, you journal. That's the third way I say stay connected, because that's how you stay connected to yourself. You meditate. Many people are physically present but emotionally disconnected from themselves. So when you do these things, you still see that you are connected. Whether you like it or not, you get connected to your inner self. You even get connected to your younger self. Through this journal, I get connected to my 20s, to my 18s, my late teenage years. So for you to know, it's close by. This is my study. When I just pick it up and start checking.
Wow.
I start checking. So that is what I'll say. So learn to pause, build healthy boundaries, and stay connected to yourself. That is how you can balance, and then move, like we said.
That's beautiful. That's really impactful. Some of us have journals that should have turned to parchments, but we don't know where they are. Like in between moving houses, those journals have moved.
Me, in fact, this one, my husband holds this journal, like this particular one. He was the one that even kept. I imagine as a single girl, from being single to being married. So imagine changing houses too as a student. Then he got married. Then if I was working before I got married, it's like my life, I just kind of like my life, and everything. And I don't type. I write. Right. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. Someone else I was interviewing was talking about the power of journaling, and she said the exact same thing you said, where sometimes your journaling turns to prayers, and then your prayers turn to directives, and then directives turn to solutions right there, and you receive blueprints as you write. Because many times we hear about praying mothers, being a praying mother, spending time in the presence of God. And correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes sitting with yourself is also sitting with the Holy Spirit inside you. And journaling helps to pull out that revelational side of God.
Exactly. I jokingly said something on Friday. And I told the person, I said, there was a time I had teenage, my son, we had the misunderstanding, and I was trying to navigate. This was a new thing to me. Yeah, when you have that very awesome, and then a mistake on, like, how do I handle this? Yeah, this thing is not life-threatening. It's not. People will tell you, it's a normal thing for a 17-year-old. But I was like, God, this is a different part. And I tell people, as a mother, if you have a first child that is so, I always say that God has helped me. I used him to actually start the boy child campaign, and God really helped me. Yeah, he's phlegmatic, trying to balance his phlegmatic and his melancholy side or so. And so now he's growing. Yeah, being phlegmatic when he was younger was easier. 10, 11, 12, by the time he gets into 15, 16, you now realize that being a full-blown phlegmatic will not work in your generation. because you can easily be influenced. You won't say no, you won't say yes, you're just there.
In
And so
between.
this, in between. So this comes, I'm like, how did you get here? What do I need to do? I don't know. And he's trying to revolt, I just picked up my pen one night and I started writing. Dear God, it's not that God did not know that he gave him to me now. God gave him to me now. But I had to write. I said, dear God, he gave him to me. So date. This is it. I think I'm overwhelmed. I'm confused. I was just writing and just going. And by the time I was there, I said, your daughter, Triumph. And then I wrote back, dear Triumph. To be honest, ma'am, the things I wrote there could have only been the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
Just to buttress, so just to corroborate what you just said about inside us, the Holy Spirit inside of us that is waiting for you to, because he's seated there. And he's just looking for a way to explain. He's not just falling down and breaking chairs. He's just waiting inside, like, how do I tell this person? That's why even the Bible said, he said, write the vision down. When Moses came, God said, right? Do you think that God wouldn't have just blown the 10 commandments for Moses? We have just blown the air now. They think he wrote it. Jesus wanted to do a miracle. He wrote something on the floor. He said, he turned. He said, anyone that has not seen, let him cast the first. So why did he have to write? What was this scribbling on the floor? He was trying to let us understand the power of writing. As he was writing, he was God in human form. So he was a human being on earth. As he was writing, the Spirit, because he said when he leaves, send us a comforter. The comforter that he was going to leave us with inside of him told him, this is how you're going to respond to them. And then he turned. If you have not seen, cast the first stone. Cast the first stone. So I just wrote that thing. And by the time the instruction came and I handled it the way it came, I was shocked at the response. I was like, whoa. And I didn't pray. I didn't pray. So it's key. It's key. I'm using this to encourage women. It's key. If you can start today, it will even enable you even have a blueprint for that child.
It's beautiful. And many times we don't document encounters, we don't document testimonies, we don't document struggles, we just put it together as a flash. And then when we're handing over to the next generation, there is no blueprint. We just give it in counsel, give it in rebuke, give it in little bits and bits. But if there's a parchment, if there's a document, if there's a blueprint, then we can now say Joshua 1:8, this book of the Lord.
You are preaching right there.
It to do.
Yes.
So, if anything, I and all the women listening, we are going to be journaling in detail the heart, the struggles, the future, the blueprint, the prophecies, the testimonies, and everything. Thank you. Thank you for that. That is absolutely profound, to be able to sit with yourself, to be able to pause, to be able to set boundaries. And the third one was what again, man? You said we should pause, we should set boundaries.
Reflect, sit with yourself.
Reflect. That's how we came here, yes. So pause, set boundaries, and reflect. And most importantly, take a notebook, take a pen, sit down and write it. And write it. Because this journal key ties the 3 keys together. With journaling, you reflect. With journals, you can establish your boundaries in a healthy way, not from an angry place. And with journaling, you can pause. And you said something which I want to bring back to light again. Many people are present, but they are not connected with themselves. They don't understand the state of their mind, the state of their emotions. They are busy listening to the noise everywhere and the noise within. My next question is this, in connecting with yourself. So many people have that moment in their childhood when something broke or when something positively shifted. Psychologists say often that is the age 13. I don't know if it's true. If you were to visit your 13-year-old self, what would you say to her?
Do you know the funny thing? I don't know. I think I'm different. Now, I jokingly tell people that I'm an old soul. I grew up too early because I'm my father's daughter.
Mm.
So the way my dad raised me, I didn't really have room to question the things that happened at that age. Because for me, at 13, it's shocking. I was already almost out of secondary school. Because my mom is an educationist. So there was this bragging rights around teachers. Oh, my daughter started secondary school at the age of 8.
What?
Yes.
What?
So while people were talking about 13, I'm still trying to find, I'd already written WAEC, or call it SSCE. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
So my classmates right now, some of my classmates are like 6 years, 7 years older than I. So my dad, we are just 2 girls. So my dad, doesn't have a male child. So we're just 2 girls. And in my culture, there's this thing about not having a male child. So my dad wanted to prove to them that you could have female children and they do well. So let me shock you. By the time I was 13, I had read a book like How to Make Positive Imaging Work for You by Norman Vincent Peale. I had read books like Maximizing Your Potentials by Miles Monroe.
Yeah.
So I used to just say I'm an also. In fact, when I met my husband, my husband asked me a question. How did you? I've not seen a young girl, because I married in my early 20s. I've not seen a young girl as serious-minded as you are.
Wow.
So I said, it's my father. So I grew up, my father taught me about validation by the time I was even in SS1, my father was telling me, you cannot move by human validation.
Yeah.
You cannot. Mommy, you have to do like this. Mommy, get it done this way. So by the time I was 13, I can't say that I would look back. I was grounded. Honestly. So in fact, it's one of the challenges I have in my parenting. I had to. So my husband had to strike that balance. I got born again at the age of 9.
Wow. That's beautiful.
In Deeper Life Bible Church, not just Deeper Life. I'm a Deeper Lifer.
Wow. That's beautiful.
So by the time, and so at that age of 9, I was already sitting on a 2-hour Search a Scripture message every Sunday. 2 hours, non-negotiable. So that's how. So I didn't really have that to deal with. Okay, when I was, maybe the only thing was just that maybe I didn't really have childhood per se, because when I played, but my play was different. It's the kind of play we play. My father can just call you. Okay, so mommy, so tell me about the next 10 years of your life. I'm like,
wow,
kilo day. I don't understand. But he will make it in such a way that is so beautiful. You're like, okay, so I get it done this way. I was bullied a lot because I was young, right? But in that bully, my father will give me mouth. You see, when they bully you, to talk back at them, tell them. So even though I was bullied, I was a bit quite shy, timid per se. But when it came to some certain conversations, they will still have to call me. Come and tell us about them. It's even, I know that it's emotional intelligence. We didn't even know it was emotional. We just know, okay, my father will tell you, how do you think? The way you think is the way you'll be addressed. So even when I started driving, I was still a teenager.
Wow.
By the time I was, what funny incidents happened when I started driving, my father just called me one day and said, do you know how to change tires? How will you tell a girl to change tires now? How?
Mm.
What is a teenager? I said, no, Dad. He said, and you are driving. Get the jack. Get the jack. Bring it up. Get the plier. Get everything. Oh, yeah.
See?
That's how I learned how to change tires.
Wow. Wow.
So, and then confidence too. We try to build in that confidence. So, I won't, but I could just say to people, if I'm going to just advise people who have been there, I'll just say, you do not have to perform to be valuable. Because the summary of all that I see, teenagers, they just want to perform, they want to be valued. So they create something. The current thing that is ongoing now, you just see teenagers who just faint. Self-harm because they are seeking attention. They will just squeeze their face. They will beat their face. Your face will reset like this, So I would just also remind her, if I were to talk to that younger self, that I'll say that confidence is not noise.
Yeah.
It's not noise. It's not noise. Beauty is not validation. That's another thing now. It's crazy. With the let's say, because it's like insurgency. Let's say emergence of body, my body type, my body, me, my body and I. Increase in BBL, increase in surgeries, liposuction, everything. So we just think that, beauty is not validation. I'll tell my younger self, if I have to, it's not validation. It's not. And being different is not a weakness. I was so different.
Wow.
I was annoyingly different. Really, really annoyingly different. Because you would be having a conversation with me and I'm off. I'll just switch. And I can easily withdraw from anywhere I am being disrespected. I don't care who the person is, I walk away. As I know, in Abuja here, we have a lot of cliques. You see them. After a while, once I see that, I'm off. And when I am off, I pursue myself, because I tell people that the only competitor you have is who you were yesterday.
That's true.
Is who you were yesterday. So, and another thing, maybe that one, maybe I didn't really have that one. I will hug her.
You hug her.
I'll hug my 13-year-old because I didn't have hugs actually. Because younger versions of ourselves, like I said, in my own case, I carry a lot of pressure, and I'm the first daughter.
Wow.
I carry a lot of pressure. So I would just hug her and say, Omo, well done. That's
a good way to wrap it. Well done. You're doing well. You're okay. You're okay. You're doing well. That's beautiful. Many times there was someone I spoke with, and she didn't have words for her 13-year-old self. She couldn't remember where she was or how she felt at 13.
Oh, wow.
So there are people who have found themselves. There are people who are finding themselves. There's people who had no idea. And for someone listening, it's not just our 13-year-old selves we need to find. Whatever age we are, we can find ourselves now. We can travel and face the present. And I just took what you said, and I'm probably going to play that game with my kids too. So tell me, what does 10 years from now look like if you were to imagine it? I just learned that from you now. I'm definitely going to play the 10 years game and try and make it as interesting as we possibly can.
10 years from now, you're going to laugh. I just see myself lounging in the Bahamas. Because this is how I do the math. Add 10 years to my children's age. 10, 27, 10, 25, 10, 24. What do I have again? I built a legacy. So I'll just be in the Bahamas lounging. And I'm not going to be one of those mothers that will go for mugo and be Because when I'm going for Mugo, I will have my chef with me. I'll have my domestic staff. I'll have my PA. I'll have my content. My
Your
content
content
creator.
creator. Full staff.
And my nails will be like this, well manicured. So I come into your house like, oh, what's going on? Oh, mommy, okay. I'll just call the chef. Please come fix breakfast for the family. And of course, I'm going to go for Mugo with my husband because
what God has joined together. Let no Muga put asunder.
So in the next 10 years, so first is enjoying. I'm enjoying already, but it's going to be enjoyment pro max. Have my legacies, then I see myself in the next 10 years. I have 10 years to my age, okay, 50 something. First, I've told people, and I've told them, write it down. When I turn 50, I'm going to have 100 outfits as a photo shoot, for my photo shoot.
Okay.
I'm going to have 100 outfits for my photo shoot. So that will now proceed into that next 10 years, right?
Okay.
So by the time I'm having all those things, so I go around cities just having conversations with younger people.
Wow.
And I'll rest. I find myself in Chad, Bahamas. I just build a community there, have conversations, live. So I want to replicate me in the next 10 years all over. If I can't do all over the world, I should be able to do all over West Africa and Africa.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
So I'm going to be, in the next 10 years, I'm going to be very mobile. I'm going to be very mobile. So that's my next 10 years. Very simple. And you know, one thing I tell people, my plans are not too plenty. Because we put in so much on us. We put in so much. We put in so much. We put in so much. So that's my next 10 years, replicating me in being that grandmother. Because in the next 10 years, I'm going to be a grandmother.
Amen. Yeah.
So being that grandmother that I'm not going to be a grandmother. I'm going to be a glamour. So while I'm going around those places, I'm seeing my children. So that's that. My next 10 years is very simple. Very simple. If Jesus tarries and God keeping us alive. Then I'm also very particular about health. Very particular about health. Very, very particular about health. So I should even, in fact, then in the next 10 years, by the grace of God, I should have had brands, things tagged to my name, like brands out there with my name, things out there with my name on it. Yeah.
Okay. That's beautiful. And we seal it, and it comes to pass. And
in the name of Jesus.
And it comes to pass.
Oh, yes.
In the name of Jesus.
Yes. Amen.
So now we're going to play the Wisdom Minute with Tomi. You're going to say what comes to your mind at the mention of some specific words. And you can express yourself in more than one word. You can express yourself in a sentence or a statement, but you have to say what that particular one word means to you. Are you ready, ma?
Okay,
so let's go. Success is,
how will I put success? Success is growing past who I was yesterday.
Okay. And confidence is?
Walking to a place with grace and living there with a mark, that is, leaving a place and leaving my mark there.
Beautiful.
Leaving a room and I leave a mark there. That's confidence.
Leaving a room and leaving a mark. Okay.
A mark, yeah.
Peace is?
Quietness, even in the midst of the storm.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It's not the absence of storm, but it's quietness in the midst of the storm.
In the midst of the storm. Beautiful. And the secret of great relationships is?
Respect.
The most powerful thing a woman can do is
being the most powerful thing, being a voice to be reckoned with. Being a voice to be reckoned with. When they call your name, what's your signature? If you call DDK today, you call clarity. You call power. You call Ibukun today. You call purpose. You call grit. You call tenacity. You call doggedness. So that being a woman that can be reckoned with.
Something, standing out for something.
Standing out for something, yeah.
A healthy woman is?
A healthy woman is a woman that is emotionally regulated. Emotionally regulated. A healthy woman is emotionally regulated.
Interesting. That's a very unique answer. And one word that describes your journey
is purpose, grace, and grit.
That's beautiful. Purpose, grace, and grit. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it's a beautiful note on which we can end this podcast for today. Thank you so much for sharing and being vulnerable and being so sincere. I genuinely appreciate your time.
Thank you. And it was so nice being here. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect, but I just said, let me just have this conversation. Yes. And I said, no, I didn't say grit. I said grit so that they will know grit. Yeah, GRIT. Yes. So it was, for me, it was so engaging. I learned too, because I've even picked some things that came out of me. I didn't believe them. So I'm going to go even write them and then also learn from them.
Thank you. I always love hearing from my listeners, so I will be honored to hear from you. Share with me what you learned from this episode of the Tomi Sule podcast or questions that you would want me to address. You can send an email to podcast@tomisule.com. You're welcome to visit my website for other valuable resources that will inspire you. Visit www.tomisule.com. That's www.tomisule.com. Till next time, God bless you.
Thank you for joining Tomi on today's podcast. For more on Tomi Sule-Emmanuel, please visit www.tomisule.com. Have an awesome day further.